Oh, my friends, conspiracy theories are a mess right now with the TGL. We're going to go over it, and you let me know what you think, because I don't think this is such a coincidence after all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, the podcast channel, please do so that you get these podcasts and alerts and hit the bell, do all this stuff. Thanks for hanging out and being part of the crew where we talk golf and all that's going on in this crazy world. I have my notes right here, and we're going to go through this TGL, Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, their whole thing, the TGL, whatever it stands for, the Golf League, Tech Golf League, Tiger Golf League, we don't know, but it's the Golf League. Now, let's just read their press release here from the other day on the TGL website. You go to the website. Here's their statement. Overnight on Tuesday, November 14th. Remember that date. It's very important as we go. A failure of temporary power system and backup systems used during construction caused the dome to deflate. And keep your laughter to a minimum right now, which caused damage to the air-supported dome section of the site. There were no injuries, and most of the technology was not impacted. Okay, fantastic. Then they go on to announce that the league now was postponed. Okay. Now comes out that it's postponed for a year, from 2024 January to early 2025. Personally, I don't think we're ever going to see this TGL again. I think it's going to fade away and disappear. I think they hope that it just goes away quietly and nobody really knows what happens, but they're going to have to address it at some point. But let's remember that date, the 14th. Okay. We'll back up here and let's just piece all the dates together. And you let me know what you think is really happening. So, we know Tiger Woods got injured back in 2020, whatever. He got injured, leg, plays a little bit. Last year, he tried it, couldn't do it. Surgery again. We see him hobbling around. It doesn't look like he's ever going to play golf in competition again. TGL comes out. They announce that they're going to do this TGL. Okay, so keep that in mind. So instead of seeing Tiger on a golf course, he's part of a golf show where it's still competition against other professional golfers, some of the best players in the world, and he doesn't have to walk, hits it indoors, and he can still play because we know he can play. He just can't walk. Well, then we see Tiger caddying for his son, Charlie, at the Nota Begay Championship, November 4th through 6th. So it's 3 rounds of golf, caddying with his son, 18 holes a day. It's 3 rounds plus practice rounds. You know he walked at least 5 rounds in a row because a couple days of practice round, 2 different courses. Then he plays because you're going to practice on both courses. So we're going to assume he walked at least 5 rounds carrying a bag. It's not like he had a pull cart or anything. He was carrying his son's bag. Fantastic. So that was November 4th through 6th. Okay. So we see Tiger. So we're all thinking, well, Tiger's going to play. Is he going to play? We were wondering if he was going to play in the PNC, parent, child, father, son, whatever you want to call it, with the golfer and their sibling, or vice versa, however it works, whatever. We think he's going to play in that. And he did last year, but he rode in a cart. So it's fine. No big deal. But we're all hoping he's going to play in his tournament, the Hero World Challenge, because he did not list all. There were still a couple spots available that were unannounced. Okay, it's later. He just recently announced yesterday or 2 days ago. He's going to play, so he's in. But we'll get there in a second. 4th through 6th, he's walking with Charlie. So we're all thinking, okay, he's gonna play. Now, What happened November 14th? Well, yes, the roof collapse of the TGL SoFi Stadium there in Florida. Something else happened that day too. You remember what it was? Probably not, because most people didn't even know it was going to happen. But it was the Netflix Cup. The Netflix series where they got some Formula One drivers there's a Formula One race that just happened in Las Vegas. So this is where the Netflix Cup was taking place in Vegas. So the Formula One drivers were there. It was members of the Drive to Survive Netflix Formula One series versus the Netflix Full Swing series. And, Ricky Fowler, Justin Thomas, Tony Finau, these guys played, right? And they play with Formula One drivers. And so that was also on November 14th. So, do you think it's a coincidence that on November 14th, the Netflix Cup airs in Vegas, and then that same night, the roof collapses on the TGL Stadium? Is that a coincidence? What a coincidence. Some might say, I don't know if I'm one of those people, but some might say, based on the hot mess of the Netflix Cup and the combobulation of they had Squid Games in there, they had a race, they had a foot race, they had a driving race, they had all kinds of stuff. They shoved everything they could get into. It's like they took 25 Mr. Beast's videos and shoved them into one. How many holes of golf? Like, whatever it was, 15 holes. Like, it was very bizarre. And they shoved it all together and shoved it down our throats and said, there you go. And we're just sitting there going, what in the world? The best thing about that whole Netflix Cup was Marshawn Lynch's voiceover during the flyby of every hole. That guy has got a new career. And other than that, though, it was, in my opinion, like, I was like, jaw dropped, like, what am I watching? Let me process and digest this for a while before I didn't even know what to say. I didn't know, was it so bad it was good? Am I messed up? You tell me what you think. But that same night, this thing collapses, the roof. Okay. What a coincidence. It makes you wonder if the Tiger and crew saw that and they're like, we need to make some adjustments here. We need to pull back. So there's that conspiracy theory piece of this. There's also the fact that Tiger then on the 18th announces he's going to play in the Hero World Challenge. And then on the 19th, they announced not only is the TGL postponed because of the roof, it's postponed a whole year. So this is where it all kind of comes together and where you're like, maybe because of the fact that Tiger is healed and he can actually play, nobody thought he would actually be able to walk again. Like, he is able to now. Like, his surgery, whatever they did to and whatever treatment he's gotten is so incredible that he can actually walk and be fine and be recovered pretty quickly. And so if he's playing more events, they don't need him playing the TG. This is no longer needed for golf because Tiger's needed. How do we get Tiger? Oh, we got to get Tiger indoor because he can't walk. But oh, wait, he can walk. How do we get out of TGL? I don't know. Maybe if this flimsy roof fell down, we could delay it for a while. And then, we could delay it for a year. There's a lot of conspiracy theory. There's just a lot of dates that don't necessarily add up. And it's so conveniently happened. Netflix Cup, same night, the roof falls down. How often are these roofs falling down? What kind of contractors are you hiring? I don't think the roof just fell down. I think they have backups to power supplies, and these inflatable systems, you're going to have redundancy here and backup so that this kind of stuff doesn't happen. And if you know about this kind of construction, how many times does this actually happen? Probably never. You tell me. It wasn't like a giant rogue storm rolled through there. And no, it was some power outage. And if you need power to keep that's scary. What if you're in Florida, there's hurricanes, there's all kinds of stuff. You're going to be storm-proof, weather-proof, power-proof. It's going to be there. You're in Florida. They know about this stuff. Give me a break. So I think now that Tiger walks, they're like, knock down the dang roof. Let's get out of this thing for at least a year because he's going to play. And then we'll kind of revisit it later. And if he's healthy, fine. We may never need it until he's who knows when. Or it's either that or they saw the debacle of Netflix and they're like, dude, we need to kind of hit the drawing board again and go back to the drawing board. You let me know what you think. Maybe there's some other thing. I'm just throwing it out there. It doesn't add up. You let me know.